Hi, this is Paul Palmer. Today I want to talk about work-life balance. Now I know I've mentioned it occasionally before, but it seems many companies don't consider their employees' work-life balance, just the amount of work that they get out of them. Now, I was in a senior role myself, and I would always tell people if they asked and they had an issue that they had to deal with, and I was flexible in where they could work from, timings, and wherever possible, I would accommodate whatever they needed. But if they didn't ask, I wouldn't give them anything because I was looking after a big enough team. I think it was 30 at the time. And how am I supposed to know what each individual need is? And that's something that you need to consider. Even if your company does actually promote a good work life balance, well, they don't always know what you need. They're not going to offer something that they don't know you want, are they? I I have a team at the moment. Do I know what they need? No. I know some things. I know they need their money. I know they need flexibility. I know they need to be able to work different hours. But what else? Is there something else they need? Well, unless they ask, I don't know. I've been in the pharmaceutical industry for a long time, 35 years, I think about. And I do see companies promoting a strong work-life balance. And I see them saying, oh, yes, we've been voted the best for work-life balance and voted for this and voted for that. But then when you talk to people from that company, you don't necessarily get the same um, indications. You don't get the same feedback. And I don't think that's necessarily a failing of the companies themselves. Yeah, of course, it doesn't just apply to pharmaceutical companies, medical devices, manufacturers, service companies, anything. You always want to make sure your employees have a good work-life balance because a healthy employee is going to give you a better output than one that's sick. If they don't have a good work-life balance and they go off sick with stress for 3 months, well, who's the one that loses? Well, they've lost because they're off with sick, stress, they can't cope, they have a mental instability that maybe will last for some time after they come back even. But just as important, you don't get the output from them. And if you had that bit of flexibility in the routines that they're involved in, if you'd thought about their work-life balance and made sure that they knew you were open to discussion, or maybe just say to them, well, is there anything I can help you with at the moment? How are you today? Good morning. And maybe just have a one-to-one session with each of your team. Now, if you've got a huge team, it's not necessarily possible every day. So I would suggest each person has a maximum of 7 to report into them. Now, if you can make it less and you structure it so that it's less, fine. But a maximum of 7. And then make sure you've got regular updates with them. But also make sure if somebody really needs something, they can always come and talk to you. I remember some time ago, there was a new person on our team, and their manager brought him into me as the head of quality, the quality director, because they'd had a problem at home and he was suggesting that they go home. But first, before the suggestion, he brought them to talk to me to highlight the problem because he knew that I was a supportive manager, a supportive leader. I don't know if you call a director a manager, maybe you don't. But he knew that he was going to get support. So I supported the person. I probably because my I don't know what you would call it, temperament, my supportive nature, maybe the way that I help people get over loss. He thought maybe I was going to be better than he was. I don't know. For whatever reason, he brought her in to talk to me. And I helped her. And that's what's a good thing for a company to do. If you're, whatever level you're at, be available. Let people know that you're there to talk to them. It's always the best ways to actually be in communication and know what's going on within your team and between you and other teams as well. An open door policy isn't just an open door, it's actually being there as well. If they come in and you say, sorry, I'm busy at the moment, then that's not an open door. If they come in and because they can see you're not actually with somebody or on a call, of course, then you put down what you're doing and talk to them. And if they're really in dire need, deal with it then. And if it's something that you can schedule a meeting for, well, schedule it. Get what you're doing that's urgent done first. Come back to it, but make sure it's scheduled. Make sure you support your team. And then their work-life balance is really good. You get less sickness, so you get more out of them. But more to the point, everybody's happy. And happiness, a happy team is always going to deliver more. The one that's round the coffee machine complaining that they can't do what they need to do. Okay, that's it for me for today. It's Paul Palmer. Talk to you soon.